These are the type of dudes that are crushing it with the broads, with the young ladies. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding, young ladies. These are the type of guys that are straight killing it with women, that are killing it with the young ladies. And these type of guys are not common because let's just be quite frank here. A lot of guys, they have a lot of social awkwardness going on. And I'm not talking about them being introverted. I'm talking about them being scared to death of even having a simple conversation. Okay. But the type of guys that get nani thrown at them is simple. Guys that are physically fit and guys that have a cool and calm personality. Guys that have what you will call charm, okay? What you will call cool, right? Let me get into it. This is Tarik Talks. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. So, it's usually the way it happens is it's on a spectrum, right? And what I mean on a spectrum is that it's either one or the other, on one extreme or the other. So I'll give you guys an example. A dude that's, cool, easy to talk to, easy to get along, has no sexual appeal. Okay. He's not sexually attractive like that. I'll tell you, look, listen, for my guys that get it, they get it. I get a lot of guys doubting it, dudes that don't even have a profile picture and commenting on shit. But for my guys that know, that being in shape is one of the best physical eye catchers. It is one of the best physical attributes that you can have is being in shape. And yes, she has to be attracted to the way you look as well. But for the most part, we're talking about the physique, right? That is one of the best ways that you are going to boost your sex appeal by an amazing amount, by a freaking couple of points up, right? And you can see this even with actors. Actors will be skinny or they'll be average. Then they'll get buff and all of a sudden females are going to be like, ooh, thirsting and stuff. You can see it in IG comments and stuff like that. And to take it to practical real life, guys that used to be skinny, used to be, more on the skinnier side or flabbier side, once they started getting into shape, they started hearing comments from women like, ooh, you looking good, or, ooh, I see you getting some muscle. These are things that you will hear. Okay. But then you'll have on the other side where dudes are buff and they're in shape and they have zero fucking social skills. These are typically the guys that you're going to hear talking about when you get swole. This is the actual reality. And, they show a bunch of guys complimenting them and not really women and stuff like that, which is true, right? A lot of dudes are going to, compliment you that you look strong because they want to look like that as well. Deep down inside, they know that that's ethically attractive. But a lot of guys that are buff as hell, the ones that I was talking about that are like, oh, women still don't fuck with me and stuff like that, they usually have very bad social skills. They usually can't carry a simple conversation. There's something going on there, right? Something going on there. And before someone says it's their face or it's their height, some shit like that, there's a lot of guys saying that are guys that are tall, taller, you feel me? Not necessarily 6'5" and all that bull crap, but they're of a taller height and they look average. Okay. They look decent. They don't have any deformities. They don't have anything like that. There's no reason where you would say, well, yeah, I see why he isn't getting women. His eyes is down. His left eye is all the way down here and his right eye all the way across his face, or one nostril is bigger than the other, or he got a big ass peanut head that's lopsided. You can't say none of that stuff. It's just his social skills, he's super awkward, right? But there's guys out there that have both. Is it rare? Yes, it's very rare. And a lot of people, they say only 1% of guys or 10%, blah blah blah. It's not the guys that are super rich. It's not the guys that are like these super multi-billionaires riding around in jets and stuff like that. No, you can find this type of guy at your gym, or you can find him, hell, even at work, if you happen to see him, right? Because like I said, it's not too often, but they are around. And it's the guys that have a good mix of social and physical capabilities and or skills. And these are the guys that are going to get a hold, but that are going to crush it with women, because we all know women are visual as hell. There's no sense in trying to sugarcoat it. No sense in trying to lie about it anymore. It's 2025. We've all heard these chicks give out their preferences and talk about what they like in men and all that good stuff. They're not shy anymore. They're not hiding it anymore. The female gaze, whatever the hell you want to call it, is free. It's freed up. Whatever you want to say. They're liberated. All that good stuff. And hey, look, I've talked about the downsides to this, but let's just be honest. There's some guys that capitalize off of this. There's some guys that are crushing it out here, and that's exactly who it is. A lot of these chicks will be very forward, because as time goes on, a lot of young ladies are getting more aggressive with what they like, right? They're getting more aggressive with expressing that they have interest in a man. I mean, I've seen it plenty of times. They're not as passive as they used to be. And yes, this does come with its own downfalls. To be honest with you, I said this before, a lot of young ladies that are somewhat aggressive when it comes to hollering at dudes or whatever you want to call it, have a little more masculine energy to them. A little more. I'm not saying that they're freaking G.I. Joe or that they're the Hulk. I'm not saying that at all, okay? That was just a little side note there. But let's just be honest. They will let you know, okay? And for these guys that have a cool personality and they look good, right? They're physically fit. Women will stare at them. They'll smile at them. They'll throw out all of these little choosing signals and stuff. And then when he starts talking, right, he's cool. He just has a cool personality. He'll start talking. He'll start mingling, right? He'll start making little flirtatious jokes. And I feel like the art of flirting is lost, right? Because a lot of guys, man, they'll pull out all of these tactics, and even these guys that are verbal seducers, you get what I'm saying, or teach game, they'll give you all of these pickup lines and all of this type of crap, when really you don't need that. All you need is a simple convo, and you throw in a little bit of, jokes here and there. You don't got to be a freaking clown. You don't have to be a freaking clown with it. And a lot of these manosphere channels tell you to be like this pseudo macho wannabe super duper excessive alpha male that's just weird, comes off weird. Okay, I'm just gonna say it just comes off weird. You don't have to be that. Just let your soul, I was about to say let your soul glow. Let your personality just shine, and I know a lot of guys are awkward and they're gonna be like, well, that's terrible advice to just be yourself. And hey, look, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes some guys are gonna need to brush up on their social skills. The only way you could do that is to talk more to young ladies, right? Is to talk more to young ladies. And I'm saying this as a guy that's introverted, Of course, I'm in a relationship now, but even so, I was a little introverted before this. Even with that, You still need to learn how to talk to young ladies, because even, hey, look, she's going to be like, okay, he's fine, he's fit, all of that. Then when she starts talking to you, it like the conversation lands dead on its face, because neither of y'all are going back and forth, and it's weird and it's awkward. And this, am I saying that you're going to avoid this completely? No, of course not. You're not going to get along with every single chick, just like you don't get along with every single man. But I'm saying when it's happening with almost every single chick, then that's when it's bad, right? But when you brush up on them social skills, you're going to have a little more, you're going to give yourself a big ass boost, because she's going to be like, dang, he's fit, and he has a cool personality, and he's over here, you know, just chopping it up, just having a simple conversation. Okay, yeah, this dude, I would definitely get with him. I'll definitely get with him. Just simple conversation. And fellas, when the physical attraction is there, your conversation does not have to be outlandish. It just has to be simple. You just have to carry out a simple conversation. You dig what I'm saying? It doesn't have, you don't have to pull out all the wordplay and Shakespearean type of poetry and all that stuff. Just a simple conversation. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. There's a difference between, hi, how are you doing? And hey, how you doing? What's going, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? What you got going today? You know, saying it in that type of way. And then she'll be like, oh, nothing, you know, and then she'll start flirting right back with you, and bam, there it is. It's really easy from that point. All you got to do is exchange numbers and get together. And these are the type of dudes that are out here that's just crushing it with chicks. These are the type of guys that other dudes will look at and be like, dang, he be getting some play, you know? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.